Hiccup's kind of spinning plates. He's trying to be chief. He's trying to be a potential husband to Astrid. He's trying to be whatever he is to Toothless. And then, of course, when Toothless meets the Light Fury, Hiccup is kind of forced into being not the only show in town. And there's a big transition coming. The big sort of elephant in the room is, we fought so hard to bring dragons here and to live alongside them. Is this actually what's best for them? Hiccup and the Vikings all realize that their home is not a piece of soil. Their home is them. And wherever, as long as they're together, Berk will be wherever they are. And so they're forced to leave their island and start anew. And they basically start this colony, effectively, that is a continuation of the old Berk. But it's all the same people, it's all the same energy and songs and traditions, just in a slightly new context, and it's proof positive that that home is where the heart is. Astrid is as tough a Viking as can be found on Berk, and I think she is true to herself and strong and stands up for herself and is fiercely loyal. And I think that she's a proud woman, and I think that she a lot of young girls can take a look at Astrid and be like, you know what, I don't need to try and beat someone else at anyone's game. I'll just play my game, and if you get it or you don't, that's your problem. But she's true to herself, and she's strong, and she's fierce, and she's definitely Hiccup's hero for sure. There's a part of Toothless that Hiccup can never fulfill, and of course then we meet the Light Fury, and like I said, we get to see what it looks like when Toothless flirts, and it's this sort of like, every parent has to go through that period when their kid eventually starts, looking at other kids, and getting crushes and all that stuff. And the priorities aren't just, carrot sticks and homework. And so I think you see them just growing up, basically. This is all just a roundabout way of like, Toothless has not plateaued. He's growing up just as much as anyone else in the movie. Toothless tries to woo the Night Fury. Toothless tries to woo the Light Fury by he does this awkward little kind of dance. He tries to draw for her. He really makes a bit of an ass of himself, and Hiccup has to just watch, helpless, as Toothless embarrasses himself and ends up inadvertently chasing the Light Fury away. And it's he's just awkward and gushy and overeager, much like Hiccup. This movie is about Hiccup really growing into adulthood and becoming his father in a lot of ways, or his version of his father. Like I said, he inherits the mantle of chief. He is forced into making big, tough decisions with the future of Berk on the line, and so I don't know that he could do that without a sort of his father's voice, hearing his father's voice or feeling his father's spirit. And so he has these sort of lovely dreams, these sort of flashbacks where his father bestows bits of wisdom that will help steer Hiccup on the right course. And so even if his father is not with him anymore, in that, he died in the second movie, he's still around in a big way. And all of Hiccup's life, he has been contending with his father's legacy. And I think this is the part of the story where he embraces it. I'm very proud that we have consistently embraced and hammered home a message for square pegs everywhere. That just because stuff has been a certain way doesn't mean that that's how it has to be, and that just because you aren't like everyone else doesn't mean that you don't have something to offer. And I think that there's a lot of kids out there who are maybe wired differently than the average classmate, and I think that, as I was, and I think that having characters like Hiccup and Astrid are important to show you that what makes you different isn't a failing, but a virtue.
Hey there, here's today's daily fact. Now, the matrix code comes from sushi. That's right. Those complex looking green digits scrolling down the screen in the matrix may look like mysterious code, but in fact they were symbols from a sushi cookbook scanned by the movie's production designer. Now click here below to subscribe for more great content, or on the side for another video.